E3 continues to rage all around us. I am joined by Michael Graham. You, sir, are the North American producer on Killzone 3. How is E3 treating you so far?
Really, really good.
Yeah.
The title is showing really, really well, beyond all our wildest expectations.
Very cool. So just set up Killzone 3 for us. Where did we leave off with the last game, and where are we going with this one?
Okay, at the end of Killzone 2, after the ISA invasion of Helghast, basically Visari was killed, and kind of pisses off the Helghast a little more than expected. What wasn't expected is there was a fleet held in reserve by the Helghast, and as you notice in the final frames of Killzone 2, the ISA fleet is destroyed. That puts us immediately into Killzone 3, and your small band of survivors, because a nuclear explosion went off, wiping out basically all the ISA forces. The theme is you're trying to get off planet. How do I get off this rock and keep my men alive? Yeah. So during the course of the game, it allows us to really blow out the environments and gameplay elements and showcase a lot of new stuff that wasn't seen in Killzone 2.
So do you feel like the first game, they got the engine down, they got all the technology and the tools done and stuff, and so is this the game where now that stuff's all out of the way, they can just run wild with the creativity and kind of implement all their ideas?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they created, obviously, the engine for the first one, Killzone 2 on PlayStation 3, and by doing that, they didn't have to go and reinvent the wheel. It allowed them to optimize a hell of a lot. You'll notice in the water effects, the particle effects going to thing, and the 3D, and it allowed the designers to go pretty haywire. They were able to develop a lot of the scenarios with 3D in mind, allowing a lot of vertical movement, and just different gameplay elements and polish that far exceed what we did with Killzone 2.
So this 3D thing I keep hearing about, I don't know how technical you can get, but I'm curious. We've had a lot of discussion about this in the office. 3D is becoming a big thing. We're really wondering how that impacts the development and the performance of the final product. I mean, are you making sacrifices in other areas to implement 3D? Does it take away from the visual fidelity? Can you speak to that issue?
The team started developing right after Killzone 2, Killzone 3 with 3D in mind. So even before the big boom, starting with Avatar or whatever you want to say, the team knew they wanted to move into 3 dimensions. So a lot of the layout, the graphics was planned in mind of, okay, how do we implement this without sacrificing? The 2D doesn't sacrifice at all. The visual polish doesn't sacrifice at all. And the 3D looks amazing. I mean, seeing the rocket fire and the bullets whizzing right at your head, it really does provide an element. And, when the game gets there, it hits the public, the visual polish of everything will be up to the Gorilla and the Killzone standard.
So you guys announced PlayStation Move support for the game at the show here. How far along is that support? Is it implemented and working in the game now? I know you're not letting us play it with the Move, but is it in there yet?
As I mentioned, we're fully featuring Move support. We're not really talking to it right now, but I can say it is in the current state of the game, and it is playable. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to talk about it at this time.
Man, I had all these questions. All right. So you also announced a release date. It's out February of next year.
Yeah,
so
correct.
I guess that's about a full 2 years since the last game. What's left to do from now? Are you feature locked, content locked, and just kind of polishing, or where are you at?
There's always content tweaks and design tweaks that you want to make, and we still have a lot of time to do that. I mean, obviously, polish will be there, and we're going to allow ourselves enough time to polish to the level that we're known for. There's still a lot going on behind the scenes.
Last question: is Rico going to get what's coming to him in this one?
Hey, man, Rico's actually a valuable member of Killzone 3. You die, he'll revive you this time around. You may actually want to pay attention to keep him alive.
All right, there you have it. Cool. Thanks a lot, Michael.
You're very
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you.